It's a great day to talk hockey with Grant McCagg on HabsCast.
Game one of the second round is in the books. Wasn't pretty. That first period, Rick, just kind of things didn't go the Habs' way. Well, not a period that Lane Hudson, I think, is going to show to the grandkids someday. He just things didn't, what he got his skate. Something happened there, anyways, and it was a bad break. They came up. Dobson couldn't stop the pass over. Then the second one, kind of like you were saying to me, goes off. Funny bounce off the. Oh, it's going wide and ends up going in the net.
Just hits the tip of the stick of Dobesh there, the top of it there.
Right, and of course that gets the already fervent crowd. If they weren't body slamming Habs mannequins through tables by then, they certainly were. They certainly were in the parking lot at that point. And fair to say, Dobie looked actually almost like a little tired tonight. I don't know. He's never played 7 games in a row or 8 games in a row before. Maybe a little tired. Are you surprised that they didn't pull him after the 4? Because they scored 4 pretty quickly. And, it was only on about 12 shots. Were you a little surprised that maybe when it was 4-1, okay, let's Dobie looks tired here. Let's give him a rest, get Fowler some action.
There's an argument to be made that they could have done it just to change the vibe around the team and just to change the rhythm. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I'm going to think maybe what Marty St. Louis could have been thinking. It wasn't like Dobie was playing a bad hockey game. The third goal, I think he would have liked that one back. The first 2 was just, bad luck, plays happen. Maybe Marty St. Louis thinking, I don't want to put it in his head that he had a bad game because I'm still going to go with him. And I'm trying to remember that at the end of the day, he's still a rookie goaltender. He doesn't have the baggage of experience to maybe deal with getting taken out of the game. And he's an emotional guy, and maybe it's going to mess him around for a few games. And I really don't want to use Fowler at his age and at his lack of experience if I could avoid it. So I think that's maybe what Marty St. Louis is thinking is let's just see how this plays out. We're not playing badly. We're just not getting the bounces. I don't want to give any bad messages to Dobesh. And they did, there was maybe the second period was not very good. I'll admit that. But it was really the first 15 minutes of the second period. And then the last 5, they kind of got it back on that incredible goal by Doc.
If they didn't want to use Fowler because he's young, why do they even have him dressing it? I mean, if you got a backup goalie, you can't be thinking, oh well, he's young, we can't. It was 4 goals against. I'm sorry, but they had to change the momentum some. Dobish looks tired. Give him some extra rest, 2 more days off, and recalibrate because they weren't going to win that game. I'm sorry. When it was 4-1, it was game over as far as I was concerned, and that's what it was. It was anyway. Yeah, you don't want want Dobie to cry again, I guess, but this is big boy hockey, and if you can't, you got to be able to handle adversity. It is good a test as any for your young goalie. There's going to be some ups and downs, and when there's a down, well, he's going to have to learn to deal with that. If it means getting pulled, well, too bad. This is the NHL playoffs. You can't worry about that stuff. I think Marty made a mistake not pulling him there, but the biggest mistake, as far as I'm concerned, was the goddamn lineup. Like, I'm sorry. That is the worst. Those are the worst lines, Rick, of the year, as far as I'm concerned, that they started out with this. I did not like any of them, except, well, the first line you're supposed to like, I suppose. But I don't know, man. I don't. Newhook, Evans, and Demidov? Like, come on. Jake Evans, your second line center in the friggin' playoff game. and then Newhook. You're wasting Demidov with those guys. You're wasting them.
Yep.
It drove me crazy. And then Anderson to Texier, they ever played together before, Rick?
No, I don't get that one.
They just won a series against a team that played that's been in 3 Stanley Cup Finals recently.
No.
And they say, well, let's completely change the lines again altogether. Like, because those are guys that never played together before. And then Doc Valeno, have they ever played together before? I don't remember. If they did, it was a period or something like that. But what is that? And then and then Jack-Eye Gooley. Gooley was the best defenseman in the first round. Well, let's stick him on the third pairing. None of the decisions that they made, as far as I'm concerned, lineup decisions made any sense. I don't like any of them. Why will they not try Doc with Demidov ever?
I don't know.
He's the guy with the most offensive hockey sense of any of those guys. Put him with him. And Kapanen played very well against Buffalo all year. They better get him back in the lineup here. I'm sorry, but Demidov was his most productive this season playing with who? Oliver friggin' Kapanen. Now, you can say that it's all Demidov. Well, okay. Yeah, like, I kept reading all year. Well, the only reason why Kapanen has 20 goals is because he plays with such a great setup man. Well, is Demidov setting up the other guys now? Now the Kapanen's not on the line? Has he been setting up the guys that he's playing with? No, because they don't have offensive hockey sense. Kapanen does. And what's he doing in the friggin' stands right now? The guy led the Liga in scoring in playoffs at 20 years of age. He was fantastic last year in the SHL in the playoffs. Went to friggin' Hamilton. He went to Laval, had a really solid playoff with them, and he made no mistakes in the games that he played at the start of the. Yeah, he didn't produce, but he was played just fine. The first 3 games of the playoffs here, he wasn't making any mistakes. He'd stopped turning over the puck like he had at the end of the regular season. He was playing just fine. There's a lot of guys making a lot more mistakes than Kapanen did in the first 3 games that he played in the playoffs. And the 2 lines that Montreal had 2 lines this year that were top 10 in goals per 60 in the NHL. Both of them had Kapanen and Demidov on it. And now, oh no, we've got to have Jake friggin' Evans centering and Newhook with very little playmaking ability as Demidov's two wingers. I did not feel confident right from the beginning with that lineup. I just think, I'm sorry, but they better not go with that again. They're like, I predicted 5 games, and I might well be right about that. But the 5 games part, but the part I got wrong is that I said the Habs in 5, because they're not with that lineup. They're not winning. They may not even win a game, as far as I'm concerned.
At the very least, I don't understand why tonight didn't try, like you said, Doc, Demidov, and that would have been okay with even Newhook on left wing, because at least he's moving his feet right now. Yes, he has no vision, but he's on the wing. Put Doc in the middle with Demidov. First round picks, high-end players. They're the best you got right now. I'm not saying they're perfect, but they're the best you got right now. But Doc is feeling it. That goal was fantastic. Give Demidov a chance to play with guys who are feeling it, who are doing something. Evans just can't do anything on that line. It's not his game at all. You're not only not helping Demidov, but you're having Evans having to overthink. Like, I can't play a creative game. I got to go up and down and focus on my defense. If I'm going to play with Demidov, I got to try to be creative. But that's not my game either, so I can't be good at that. So you're hurting him in every way possible, and you're hurting everybody on that line. It was the time. It was the time to try. I mean, Doc, again, that effort was there. Puck touches. He's battling. He's getting the puck. He's winning battles, and he has nobody to pass to.
No.
And Kapanen should be coming in at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
look, he should be coming in instead of Boldzerk, who's like ridiculously quiet these days.
I
he's
know.
not even getting any puck touches or opportunities. Give Kapanen a chance.
Yeah.
Let's say you put, I'm just going to come up with a line quickly off the top of my head without thinking too hard. Let's say you got Dano, Kapanen, and Texier on the line, right? You got the same situation where you got a right and left shot center taking draws if you want to do that. You kind of go with that kind of line, something like that. But it was so discouraging to see Demidov, who was really moving his feet and trying to win battles and playing hard. Nobody to pass to, nothing.
No.
I didn't get it. That goal by Doc was an individual effort anyways. Like, Bolton just gave it forward to him to pass easily, but that was all Doc.
No, it was. I would try Doc, Kapanen, and Demidov.
Yeah, whatever.
Put them together. Say, here, you guys go at it. Figure it out who's playing center. Put the three of them together. Try it out. Or I would bring back Slav with Doc. That line looked so good when they first got put together. Slav, Demidov, and Kapanen. That first line's not doing it even strength right now. Maybe they need to, maybe Doc goes up with those two, and put Slav back with Cappy, and at least there's some semblance of offense there. Like I'll show you something here. Here are the point leaders for the Habs this year in against Buffalo. Okay, Suzuki 2 goals, 6 assists. Caulfield 4 goals, 2 assists. Hudson a goal, 3 assists. Dobson 4 assists. Kapanen 2 goals. Slav 2 goals. So there is the groups of guys. Demidov a goal and an assist. That's the group of guys that produced against Buffalo this year. Who's missing out of that? Kapanen. Kapanen's not even in the lineup. Well, get him in. Get him in there. You got to take out Bolduc, fine. You got to take out Newhook, just as fine as far as I know. He scored that lucky goal last game, so like they had Newhook in the right spot in the bottom 6. He was playing okay in the bottom 6. Put him up against other teams, bottom 6. Let him do his thing, and then he scores a lucky goal that, like, let's be honest, that was lucky. He happened to swing it out of the air. It went off the goalie and in the net. And all of a sudden, Marty thinks again, what? Oh, well, he's an offensive. Got to have him back up on the top 2 lines. He scored a goal. Like, I just, I wish they'd stop trying to make Newhook into a top 6 player, because I just don't think that's ultimately what he is. And Buffalo, you're going to have to outscore them. They're going to score a lot of goals. So there's 3 lines. What this is for me, Rick, is just conservatism. Oh, he is here. Okay. Like, that's just g'day. That's
I've just been in the inbox watching the show.
Yeah, well, okay.
I figured I'd show up late like the Canadians.
That's what you get for showing up late. Thanks, buddy, for coming out. But what did you think of those lines? To me, Newhook, Evans, they tried to make 3 lines where there was no, like, where's the offensive potential with any of these guys? There's one guy that can produce offense on each line. Basically, they were trying to go like 3 defensive lines and 1 offensive line. Well, the top line's not been producing, and they didn't again tonight, even strength. So what were they hoping to shut out Buffalo 1-0 with it? Because that lineup's not going to score 5 goals and outscore Buffalo. I'm sorry. What did you think of the lines tonight, Blain?
I think he needs to throw that blender out. It's broken.
Yeah. get
He
out of
did.
hand
He
with
did
it.
get four. He got four offensive lines. Just three of them were offensive to look at. It was.
There you go.
Yeah, by spreading out the offensive players on three separate lines, you really only had one per line that were a danger. Instead of trying to generate a second scoring line to kind of take some of the heat off of that top line, all they did was just they made three lines that they could hang a little bit, but score it was tough. And I mean, I was listening to what you guys were saying about the changing it up for Demidov to have somebody. I was thinking that through the game. Why isn't Doc playing with him on the line? Because there is no reason that Newhook and Evans are the line with him, which honestly, they were the only three players up front that had a positive expected goals for. And that's all because of Demidov.
Yeah, I know.
So give him somebody that would, I don't know, finish the plays that he's put up.
Like there's still Slav Evans Demidov. Well, that still has Evans, like it's still like Jake Evans has no business. I like Jake Evans, but he has no business being on that second line. He can't be centering a second line. That's not what he is. He's never been he's 30 years old almost now, and he's never been a productive player in the NHL. So no, I don't want him anywhere near the second line. What?
He's a bottom six center.
Well, yeah. Ideally, fourth line center.
Yes.
Like
I don't know why he didn't try Budzik and Doc with Demidov. Those two together play well, and then you throw Demidov on that line. At least now you'd have a playmaker feeding a shooter and a big body who likes to cycle the puck like that.
Right.
At least there's complementary skill sets there.
Right.
Something.
I mean, as pointed out by Rick Balduke, do a hell of a lot tonight or whatever. But again, like you stick a third guy on there that doesn't fit, like Valeno with two guys that can produce offense. Like it's just none of those lines made sense to me. None of them. And it's just like, what are you doing? Like that is the worst lineup I've seen all year. And it's the start of a playoff series. I did not excite me in one that they don't make any sense to me. What it told me was that they're going to try not to lose. They're going to try to, and again, like the conservative lineup, right? I'm going to put Jake Evans in second line center. I'm going to put a defensive player with Doc and like a guy with 2 goals all year with guys that could actually generate some offense. And it just, none of it made sense. Why can you not put 3 offensive? Every team in the league puts 3 offensive players together on a second line. It seems like every team but Montreal. Like
it seemed like he was trying to galaxy brain his way into some kind of a plan. And I don't know what his plan actually was. It's hard to tell based on how the Canadians performed, especially that first half of the game, because they were not there. Their penalty kill was off. I mean, Buffalo just doubled the number of power play goals they had the entire playoffs in that one game.
Right.
So where was the aggressive puck attack on that penalty kill that worked so well for Boston? You take that game plan. It was working. Do it.
Oh, for sure.
So
absolutely.
I think there's a couple things they were kind of hung over from that the big win against Tampa, and they didn't set up and they didn't set themselves up with a plan or one that they really all bought into yet for this first game. I guess they only had a couple of days, and it just wasn't enough. Those are just excuses. They ended up losing the game.
Yeah.
So now the only thing they can do is try and regroup and win that next one, because you come out of Buffalo with a split, whether you won the first game or the second, doesn't matter. You have the split. They need that split.
Well, yeah. They. I don't think they can let in 2 goals early, be down 3-1 like they did in Buffalo again next game, or they're in trouble. Charles was giving me a heck for quipping that, don't want him crying again, and talking about Dovish. It was an attempt at humor, Charles. You didn't need to take it personally. Like, maybe it wasn't a great attempt at humor, but hey, there's no crying in hockey. There, at least there isn't supposed to be. And anyways, it was just this is hockey, okay? You can take a side swipe every now and then, and it's not meant. I meant it in jest, and sorry that you took it personally, but Dobie is the man. I'm behind him 100%. I just thought that he should have been pulled after the fourth goal.
The team needed a wake-up call of some kind. And that might have been it.
Right. And I don't think you can be worried about his, he might get upset about it. Well, that, it's all part of the growth process. There's going to be games when you're pulled, when you're not playing. And sometimes it's not even because you're necessarily playing bad. It's to, as Rick mentioned, and I think they needed a wake up. And so you pull the goalie. You pull the goalie. You put the kid in. Get Fowler a little bit of experience, because I don't know about you, Blain, but I did not feel in any way, shape, or form that the Canadians were winning this game tonight, especially with those lines. And Marty in games when it was close and it was, it was always a 1-goal game against Tampa, put the lines in the blender. And the night when they were crap and he had the worst lines to start a game ever, he doesn't put them in the blender. Did you feel like they were going to win tonight when it was 4-1?
No. I felt that after the Doc goal, right up until Doc scored, it was a one-sided beatdown. As they took the redheaded stepchild behind the shed and they were just slapping him around.
Yeah.
Doc scored, and you can see him yelling at his teammates, "Let's go, let's go." He was trying to will them into the game, and it worked. The third period, they played a really good game. Couldn't score.
No.
But they showed up. Yeah. So maybe it seemed to have woken them up. They needed something to get their heads in the game, and Doc provided that. But come game 2, man, they've got to fix those lineups. Like you mentioned, Kapanen, I'd bring him back in. Veleno played well enough for a fourth liner, but the team needs goals, and Demidov needs somebody that can play with him. Yeah, he's a really good player, but he needs someone that could keep up with him or think like him to be able to score. And right now, that is not what's on his line.
No. Well, you stick him with 2 defensive players and the puck's in your zone for 75% of the game. That's not getting the most out of Demidov. Rick, we've been kind of dominating the.
That's great. It's all good stuff. No, I agree with everything you guys say. I talk about not thinking that the Habs were going to come back. I found myself in the third period just yelling, "Just pass the Caulfield. Let him score a goal so that the next game he's ready to go. We're not winning this one anyway, so try to get Caulfield going at this point.
Wake up his stick.
Do something." But again, I didn't understand why Marty was so unwilling to adapt and to change things up when it wasn't working. Because the biggest issue for me was, Montreal were kind of on the cusp of having a fine game because they took more shots than Buffalo did. Really, they had quite a few more shots, not dangerous shots, but they had shots, and they were spending decent amount of time moving the puck around. But the biggest issue was, I think, with they struggled with Tampa when Tampa was playing an aggressive, quick forecheck on them, and Buffalo moves quicker than Tampa. And that was the problem. I think the biggest problem they had. They got caught up a little bit in their defensive zone sometimes, where Buffalo was really pressuring them and they were struggling. They were not adapted to the speed very well. And I think that was the biggest problem that Matheson and Hudson in particular had. they were caught too many times by the speed of Buffalo. That's an adaptation that you could work on for the next game and maybe improve on it. That's fine. But the problem is, as the playoffs have started, there's been no sustained offensive pressure that leads to anything. They control the puck for a while, but there's so many guys playing on lines that don't produce any offense that they're killing the offense for the guys who do. And you're seeing a lot of guys like Evans and Danault and Texier, where they'll do little things that are not conducive to offense. For example, puck is coming at them. They wait for the puck to get to them, and then they take a shot. Well, the opponent has time to set up. Smart players like Demidov will maybe skate into the puck and be ready for it. They tend to play too conservative, those guys, so they wait for the puck and don't take any chances. So, again, we all agreed that at least tonight, Kapanen wasn't in the lineup tonight, but they should have put Doc with Demidov and somebody on the left wing, be it Budzik, Newhook. I mean, you have the lineup you have. One of those guys should have been on the left, but Doc should have played with Kapanen. Give these guys an opportunity to make plays. Give these guys an opportunity to get shots to the net because, Alex Lyon is a goalie that mostly was in the HL. You have an opportunity to rattle him. Do it,
Yeah. Now saying not blaming Dobis, blame Caulfield, who has disappeared since the playoffs started. If you want to blame someone, I don't think we were blaming Dobie. Just saying he looked a little tired tonight and it wasn't his best game. I would have pulled him after the fourth goal, not because I'm blaming. Like, this isn't we're not reviewing all the playoffs. We're reviewing tonight's game, and tonight Dobie wasn't great. Like, we gave him praise for 7 straight games. Tonight, we're not. I mean, it's just we're trying to review this game, not the playoffs up till now. And yes, up till now, Caulfield's got to be better. There's no doubt about that. The 8 games he's played haven't been good enough. He's their 50-goal scorer, and he's not scoring. So I agree 100% that something needs to be. Caulfield needs to play better. I saw some posts on people are getting out of hand with Caulfield now. Oh, he shouldn't even be in the top 6. He'll never be good in the playoffs. And I'm like, hey, it's big boy hockey. It's playoff time. He's got to adjust to it, just like a lot of players have in the past. Nikita Kucherov has no goals in 7 game 7s in the NHL history. So, not everyone just adapts and produces at playoff time. The players go through stretches. I don't think Caulfield's been terrible. At the same time, he's something's missing right now. He doesn't feel overly confident. I agree. Would have been nice to get him going. Mind you, 7 seconds in to the third period, he had a very good chance, right?
Yeah.
9 seconds in. If he'd have popped one there, maybe they get back in the game. But do you think the first line, perhaps they should consider breaking them up for a game? We'll start with Blain on that.
Yeah, I would go back to I would put Doc up there with them and move Slavkovsky down with Demidov and then bring Kapanen in, because those 2 lines, I mean, during the regular season, there were good long stretch, a good 20 games where those lines were working. Well, not with Doc, but the
Kapanen Slav, certainly looked better. Even in their worst games, did not look worse than Evans, Newhook, and Demidov. I'll tell you that.
No, so an adjustment there would be great. More to kind of piggyback off what Rick was talking about with the Buffalo forecheck. The Canadians could make a small adjustment and take advantage of that aggressive forecheck. They go in hard. They go in 3 men hard on that forecheck. Mm-hmm. If that leaves a pretty big open gap that you can use to launch the transition game. All they have to do is get that puck first and then move it right away. They have to know where to put it first. So they have to set up a play somewhere. that's where Dobesh could really become be valued. He loves to play the puck. That's like a third defenseman. That would back off that forecheck and buy the team some time, because the Canadians would be able to exploit that and then use their speed on the rush, where Caulfield would become a little bit more dangerous. And I wouldn't be surprised to find out that he's been playing with an injury of some kind, because there's got to be some reason why he's playing the way he is.
Yeah. Demidov on the top line. Was that
they tried that for a little bit in the first round, and it looked good, but then what do you have left?
Well, what do you do, right?
Yeah.
Slav, Cappy, Doc as your second line? Or no? Yeah, well, something like that. Or Caulfield, try separate Caulfield and Suzuki for a game. See if something else, but who do you put him with, right? Who does Caulfield?
And coaches like to play with they like
duos.
pairings. They like, duos, and they add a player to that duo.
But the duo is,
not scoring.
No, it's not. What do you think? Do you got any genius? I see the wheels turning there.
Well, I think is I want to give Kapanen a bigger role when he comes back in the top six, right? I'd like to see him get that opportunity. But I started thinking outside the box too, and thinking that maybe you bring up Demidov on that first line with Suzuki and Caulfield, get that really quick puck moving, darting in and out kind of line, and then maybe you try for a period, see if it works. Doc centering Slavkovsky and Anderson, and have that big, heavy, pounding bang into the boards and into the front of the net line, and have that little kind of a different look, right? Where you're facing one line that's one way, that has one style, and then the second line has a completely different way of playing, and see what you could do with that. Maybe that would be a suggestion. And again, lines could change easily, right? You try that, it doesn't work, you try something else. And the reason I really want to bring back Kapanen is you're finding out that this is not a tight checking team in Buffalo. It's not Tampa that's trying to play like a sort of a gritty, try to win by one goal kind of game. There's openings, there's opportunities there, and I think that's his game. He also had over a week off now. He looked very fatigued at the end of the year and at the start of the playoffs to me. Well, he had time to rest now. Maybe he gets that extra jump that he had. So put him in the lineup somewhere. There's different options you could try. Like I said, you could put him on the second line, put him on the third line to start the game, see how it goes. Then maybe you bring him up. Lines don't have to change. Lines don't have to stay the same. I mean, so those are some ideas that I'm thinking about.
Yeah, good ideas, Rick. I like Evans on the second line is ridiculous. Will someone tell Caulfield that the playoffs has started? Yeah, well, Cole scores a goal and all will be forgiven. Maybe a Hattie. Way too much ice time for Evanson to know that can produce anything offensively. Well, I don't like you try. Oh, well, we'll put one guy with some offense on each of the bottom three lines. I don't like that. I really don't. Put defensive players with defensive players and guys with at least some modicum of offense together. Not a great match defensively, but our offense will have enough time and space to do damage against Buffalo. I hope so. We saw glimpses of it. At this point, he's going to play Evans as a second center, bring back Kapanen. Maybe he would be more visible against Buffalo if he's going to play. Yeah. Or try something with Doc and break that first line that is not working. All right. Well, people seem to be on the same page here. I won't worry until they're down 2-0. Till then, no worries. Well, hey, you can get one bad game out of the system there. I think they'll be better. They'll come out stronger. As long as they don't come with those lines again. Please, Marty, just don't. Again, I think it was the worst lineup I've seen all year, and it's like, what the hell is he doing? All I will say, poor Demidov, MSL's not helping him 5-on-5. Only so much a rookie can do with who he plays. Dead Angel, you are right on there. A couple more quick. Not blaming Dovish. Blame. Okay, already had that one. Hugo will get a 2C for him to play with, as they will not permit him to suffocate with no support. Yeah. I got a couple more here. Donnie, Beer Fund. Not sure what that word is. Go Habs, go.
I know it. I know that word.
I've never seen that word before. What?
I was saying it a lot tonight.
Yeah. Give him hell, McCagg. This was a piss poor performance. Thanks, Audio Murphy. Hey, you got to come out with a little bit of fire when there's that kind of performance. Demidov is Robinson Crusoe, a man on his own on an island. He needs support, else he will be ruined. Yes, Charles, I agree with that for sure. Mark, $10. Thank you, Mark. Tough loss. Habs will come back stronger next game. GHG, is that like growth hormone? Growth hormone
Go Habs,
growth?
go. Go Habs, go.
No, I know.
Oh, okay. I never saw that one. I never saw those three letters together that way for "Go Habs Go." I thought maybe was. Missed.
Okay. No, Mark and others. Mark especially does put GHG, and I thought I'd play dumb, which isn't much of a stretch for me. So my Habs in 5 prediction.
Still alive.
Do you see that happening, Blain?
No.
No, it doesn't look that way. It doesn't look good, does it? Yeah. I feel Habs PK was incredible until the first power play goal. Sabres were not even able to enter the zone. They got a lucky break on their first power play goal.
That's true.
What do you think of the defensive pairings to start there? Jack-Eye Gooley. I don't know that I'm necessarily enthralled with Mathis and Carrier as a pairing, but they are a PK pairing. I guess they're used to playing each other. Just as long as Carrier doesn't get more ice time than Gooley, because I just, Carrier's been good in the playoffs, but and especially against the big, like what Buffalo has is big. Their two best players are big. Their two best forwards. And I think they needed Gooley in the first round, but they need him even more, I think, in this series to go up against Thompson and Tuck and Carrier against those two. I'm not overly comfortable with him being able to defend those two guys down low. Rick, your thoughts on that?
I was having that idea, and I'd said one thing I'd found is that Carrier always plays well when he's supported by a better player usually, but the problem becomes that by doing that, you're kind of forcing Goulet to play on the third line because Carrier, Max put together with Jack-Eye won't work well because he's got to carry that duo, and Carrier, when he has to carry a duo, struggles. So you got to put it with, let's say, Goulet or a Matheson, but then one of those two guys has to go in the third pairing, which kind of messes things up too, right? So it becomes a situation where it's a question of trying to find a spot that works. And that's why I would not be totally shocked, and then it's probably not going to happen, but you could see Carrier maybe having to play, maybe having to miss a game at some point if he struggles, because it was more difficult for him today. But now, I'm just basing on what we saw today. I'm confident that the defense is going to play much better next game. I think they were not used to the speed and the way they were moving around a lot more than Tampa does in the offensive zone. Buffalo was all over the place. I said that 1 point ago. It's like Montreal spent 5 minutes in a twirl-to-whirl, and they just got out in their defensive zone. They were just looking around like, what is going on here? I think they'll adapt, and I'm expecting a better game by them. Like, again, before, I think Matheson and Hudson in particular, that are used to moving quick and skating themselves out of trouble, we're not used to the pace of Buffalo. I'm expecting better things from the D-core to next game. I really am.
Yep. quickly here. They need to sacrifice a bucket of chicken to wake Caulfield stick up like in the movie Major League.
That's an intelligent movie reference.
It is. Thank you. Thank you, Habs Unfiltered. I don't know who, Who would
Sounds
that
like
be?
a really smart guy.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Was that when you were waiting in
Yeah.
Limbo?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. We're to a point that we don't know what is the purpose of each player in the team. Lacking a bit of identity there. Well,
At
folks,
least tonight, yeah.
One game,
Yeah.
we have to. If they lose 4 straight, we can really be get critical on them there. But at this point, let's chalk it up to hey, Marty's first game coaching in the second round. I think they overthought it. I really do. Why did they have to? They just won a playoff series. Why did they have to throw the lines into a blender to start a series? I'm not quite. Why is Kapanen? Kapanen ended the season not that strong, but as you pointed out, Rick, he did look fatigued, and he's had a good rest now. The fact is that he scored 22 goals in the regular season, and not many Habs players did outside of outside of the top line, right? They're starving for some offense on that second line. They don't have us. And I really hope that Marty revisits getting Cappy and Demidov back together, because they did have a fair amount of chemistry for much of this, for 70 games of the year, really. Go ahead, whoever agrees with me, go ahead and answer.
Yeah, listen, I think internally he's got to look at it and again realize that the you're not taking on Tampa. It's a different team. You got to give a different look at this point. Marty St. Louis, I don't know if you've noticed it, but he's often used the expression, you got to play the game that's ahead of you. He says that a lot. He wants his players to always be thinking and making the right play under the right circumstances. That's why he often talks about not having a system, but having concepts, because you have to change and adapt. Well, he kind of has to do the same now, right? It's not Tampa. They're not playing the same way. They have different strengths, but they also have different weaknesses. If Montreal could try to get quicker shots, because another thing too, again, I was saying before, is a lot of the players from Montreal that are not great offensive players will stop the puck, wait for the puck, and then shoot, and then again, that'll waste a lot of time. Kapanen has a quick release, so that little quick opening, he could take advantage of it much better than most players that are in the lineup right now. So give him that opportunity, and on top of it, we've seen it. He reads Demidov's intentions well. That's how we produce so many points is by taking advantage of what Demidov gives you. He does that also better than anybody else. And I think against Buffalo, he'll be able to play his game and be effective at it.
Yeah, he's a physical enough player. He doesn't go searching it out, but he can battle through it. He's got a big frame. He can
good size.
Yeah, and he loves playing in that home plate space, right in the slot. And somehow he finds a way to get a stick free and get that shot off. That is exactly what the Canadians need right now, is somebody who can do that regularly, like every shift. Somebody, for God's sakes, please.
Quadruple shift, Cappy. I'm all for it. Sounds good.
Whoever can do it, have them do it.
Bring Cap back, take Veleno out. He has the size, but does not bring physicality. Oh, I don't know about that. Veleno is hits. No one crashed the net. This series will have to be chippy for Habs to win. Voodoo Pork Chop. I like. Best thing I like about those comments are the username. That Voodoo. That's a good name, buddy. Where was Slavkovsky? too afraid or timid. He wasn't. He certainly wasn't using his size tonight, was he? And a couple of those when he got the puck in the high slot there a few times, and they can shoot, Slav. No, those little dish passes over to the side again, eh? Mind you, one of them was like that real fancy spin around backhand. Ended up being a good chance, but geez, I wish, I was trying to think of a nickname for that power play, and the best I could come up with was the shotless wonders there. When I was watching them, just no shots, just the Harlem Globetrotter, Sweet Georgia Brown thing again. Just going and do. Somebody shoot the effing puck. It just, yeah. And then even like the last minute, right? They need 2 goals and they pass the frickin' puck for 40 seconds. That was brilliant. Yeah. Like Marty has to tell him that passing, you don't register a goal by a nice pass. You have to actually shoot it at the net to get a goal.
Yeah.
The interesting too, the part I think with Slavkovsky is that he's got skills, but he kind of, and he did that earlier a lot in his career, is he falls into the trap of being a skill player sometimes, and he kind of doesn't mix it up enough with his physicality. And I think that's what we saw today where, on the first goal, he kind of made that play happen there with that little goal when he went to the net and Suzuki took advantage of it. And you want to see more of that. He's doing it less and less. Like, in his career, he was doing it way too much. But today was a game where I think it's almost like with the team falling behind, he was thinking, let me make a really nice, clever play and let's get a goal that way. But you're not going to do it that way, Slav. It's use that physicality and your hands and your vision to make it all happen together. Not just your hands or not just your finesse plays, because it's you're too big for that.
Yeah, they need to start playing a more basic style. Just take those shots. Go into the dirty area. Get the shot on net. Follow your shot. Get guys in front. Just plain old-fashioned NHL playoff hockey. Like right now, basically that top line, I call it the Silk Road. They got silky smooth hands, and they take a long scenic route to the net. It's just
it's true.
No,
straighten it up.
Maybe Slav with getting that first assist thought, I'm going to be I can just beat these guys by being silky smooth. But he's 6'3", 225 pounds. Slav, use the damn, use it. Doc has earned a new contract with his play in the playoffs. Yeah. I would have given him, regardless, I'm saying you re-sign him. But I think the playoffs have only reinforced that. Does he still need to be more consistent? Absolutely. But I do still think it's one more good offseason. He had a good last offseason was good, but 2 years away, basically, you need two good off seasons to come back fully from serious knee injuries, and I think he'll be better even next year. And I'd rather that not be on another team. I mean, they need a 6'4" guy with his offensive tools. They need him, and it showed tonight. And I'm so glad you brought up about that. Come on, guys! When he scored that goal and tried to get them revved up, but it showed you again. He scored 2 like that now, right? Where he's got for a 6'4" guy, it's like Rick Nash almost like mitts on him, like very soft hands for a 6'4" guy that is fairly rare. And if you ever got him playing consistently and fully healthy for a full year in tip-top condition, I still don't think, that face is still a little round, I think he could get in a little better shape. Still a pile of potential in that guy, who we got to remember too is just in his mid-20s. Rick?
I agree. Keep him, work with him. I mentioned this in the past. The team leaders, be it Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Caulfield, Matheson, and I consider Jack a team leader because he seems to be a bit of a guy everybody gathers around him a lot. You could see,
yeah.
They all include him in those things. They like him a lot. They want to be around him. He's always around those guys. So I think there's a willingness. The thing with him sometimes being soft or unmotivated, I think it's the same trap that you fall into with these big guys. That is, everything is a little longer, everything looks a little slower. But you saw that effort, man, on that goal today. That is a phenomenal effort. When he's down and he gives a second effort on his back, let's go. You've seen a lot of that. So yeah, 100%. I would definitely keep Doc, work with him some more, and see if maybe even get him extended at some point if he could stay healthy a little bit.
Yeah,
it's amazing what he can do when he's not on the injured reserve.
Yeah, he's certainly more productive, eh? How's the pup doing from his knee surgery there, Blain? Give us an update, please.
Maurice is recovering. He's still kind of doped up. He's barking at his own shadow, and he's stoned, which good for him. He deserves it. But the knee surgery went well. They figured about a month, 6 weeks, he'll be back to chasing his tail in the backyard. So we're happy with everything so far. But man, he was not a happy camper going to the vet clinic. He knew something was up, and
oh no,
they often do, eh?
Oh my God!
It's funny how they have that intuition. Like, okay,
yeah,
this isn't the way to the park or whatever. Like, where are we going?
And now he's upstairs with my wife, who's babying him as if he's our third baby.
He is. He is your third baby.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean like literal baby. Like he's swaddled. It's pretty bad.
Well, they're family, my friend. Why move Doc from C, playing his best now? Yeah, I wouldn't. He should be playing center. That's where he's best. That's what he was. He was drafted to be a top 2 center, and he can still be a top 2 center, and put that potential top 2 center with Ivan frickin' Demidov.
Or bring back Kapanen and let him play with Demidov and Slavkovsky, find a different person for the top line, and leave the Doc line alone with Budzik and Texier. Those guys played really, really well together in the first round.
Till the last game or two, but they did look good for a couple of games for sure. I'd like to see Demidov, Cappy, and Doc. I think that could be a good line.
Sure.
Put Cappy can take the face-offs on his strong side. Put Doc at center. Put those 3 together. That to me is the most potential to be an offensive line out of the top line. So try it. They've never has Marty played Doc with Demidov this year at all? Like if he did, it was just a few shifts. Right?
I can't remember at all.
Why not? Why not? The top 3, the 2 top 5 picks, right? Both top 5 picks, because they're supposed to be offensive players. Never put them together. It's not like Doc's terrible defensively or Demidov's terrible defensively. Like, is he worried that all of a sudden, if they played together, they might all of a sudden become idiots defensively? Like, I just don't quite understand the reasoning why the guys with the most offensive hockey sense outside of the top line have never been put together on the second line.
And put a shooter with them, maybe, I don't know, somebody who finished second in rookie goal scoring.
Yes, exactly.
Crazy thought. I know it's outside the box thinking.
Well, they're not going to play them 18 minutes anyways, right? No. It's like, to us, they'd be the second line, but they'd still play I don't know, 12 to 14 minutes because that's what Marty does. So why not put them together? And you know, like I said, the two lines that the Canadians had, two lines that were top 10 in the entire league in goals per 60. And both of them featured Kapanen and Demidov. And one of those guys isn't even playing. It just they're going to need goals against Buffalo because Buffalo's going to score goals. So get Cappy back in the lineup. Valeno, thank you for coming out. Either you or Bolduc or Texier or whoever has to come out, you know, and give Cappy another look with Demidov. Move Doc up to that line. You're doing the blender thing with you've done every other kind of combination. Actually put the guys with second line offensive potential on the same line together. I don't find it to be overly complicated, but it seems like something that Marty is reticent to do.
It's fairly simple. Just put offensive guys together and adjust to this style of forecheck. It's not Tampa Bay, it's Buffalo. You know how they play. They're in your division, for God's sakes. You've played them 4 times before this. Mm-hmm. You know. So just plan accordingly and play some offense.
I'll bring this up just one more quick time. 4 players scored 2 goals or more against Buffalo this year. Suzuki, Caulfield, Slav, Kapanen. Well, you know, one of these things belongs with the others, folks. And, you know, he's not there. It's Kapanen time. Rick?
I'm with you. I'm with you. Like a Kapanen will not hurt your team defensively either very much. He's a good defensive player. And as for, you know, putting the offensive guys on the same line, well, if they're controlling the puck on the offensive zone, I'm not too worried about their defense at that point, right? At that point, it's good enough for me. Let the other guys. I mean, on the bottom 6, you'd have Danault, Evans, Newhook, Anderson. There's enough guys to kill penalties and take defensive responsibilities, and Suzuki could come down and do that, and Kapanen could come down and do that. None of the guys, Evans, Danault, or could move up and play in the top 6. So get a guy who could maybe work in the top 6. That's what your need is right now. Yeah.
You don't think I'm cool guy saying I don't think Bolduc should sit. Hey, I probably don't. I don't think so either, and I know that you definitely agree, Blain. I would sit Texier or Valeno before I'd sit Bolduc right now. I know Texier had a couple of good games, but once again, he is inconsistent. Like, what did we see from Texier tonight? Not too much.
Nothing at all.
You know?
No, Valeno would be the guy to come out for me also, because you know what he does, other guys can do. He becomes a little redundant on the Habs team right now. They don't need another guy like him.
Well, I think they just tried to start this series a little too conservatively and try, you know, well, we're gonna try to Tampa Bay Buffalo here, and Montreal. That's not their identity, really, is it?
No.
Blain?
No, it's definitely not. They play a little bit more open of a style, but they're much more aggressive when it comes to the forecheck. So, they're not the same. They're faster. Their depth is better. They don't have any top end skill that Tampa has, but they've got 3 lines that could cause problems, and all 4 lines play a very physical style.
New power play rule: toss the puck 20 times with each player touching the puck. Goal. Habs would be 100% on the power play then. Yeah.
The one concern I had about Bolduc a little bit, and why I don't think I'd bring him out of the lineup either, but I find defensively when a team cycles well, he misses his assignments a little bit. And I think Buffalo does that very, very well. Now, mind you, Texier does too, so there's an argument to be made there. But again, the point is moot no matter what way we look at it. I think Veleno is the guy that should come out. He's the guy who scored 2 goals in 60 games this year. I don't think Montreal needs another guy who only scored 2 goals in 60 games in the lineup. That's what's really they need goals there.
I don't see them beating Buffalo 2-1, 1-0. Buffalo's just got too much offense. That Zach Benson, hell of a good little player, hey.
Yeah, he's really turning out to be something that he's a bit of a jerk, but I like him.
Yeah.
On the ice, yeah, definitely a jerk on the ice. Off the ice, not so much. I think, Grant, you might remember him at McLean's Pub on draft night.
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, you don't remember that? I remember that. It was interesting. Good kid. He's a good kid.
Oh, man. Okay. You see the shot of him on the bench, you could just see like a character. Yeah. What a character, eh? He's out there. He's
a good kid.
He thinks a little differently. He's wired differently, that kid.
But again, he's like the rest of that team. They're dogs on a bone. They attack, and you just need to adjust to that. Use that aggressive puck pursuit to your advantage. Turn their strength into their weakness.
Right. Well,
use those gaps in the ice to take advantage.
Habs are going to have to score a bunch of goals. They're going to have to 2 goals a game. Not going to do it. They need to score 3+, and that means taking Veleno out and bringing Kapanen in. I think we're all on the same page there with that. Sorry if you've covered this already, but why was Veleno in? Great show as always. Thanks for the entertainment. Hey, Dave. I think we just covered it for you there.
I think it's that giant wheel he has in the coach's room. He just spins it real hard.
Yeah.
Whoever comes up, comes up.
Veleno time. I don't know. There was Deneau had all that pizza in the room after they won. They thought, we got to bring in a paisan here for the next game.
But kidding aside, I think it was maybe Marty got caught up with the size of especially the defenseman, but also the forward of Buffalo, and he wanted to get a guy that could, kind of be that physically strong. But you don't always have to fight fire with fire. You could fight fire with water instead or something, right? So what I'm trying to say is, if they do something well, just kind of don't make them play their game. Play your game and let them adapt to you. Don't have to adapt to them all the time.
Play your game, but play the game.
Yeah, that's it. That's what he says. It's a game.
And, Veleno is 5'11", 5'11 and a half, and Kapanen's 6'2". So it's not like bringing him in instead of Kapanen was a huge, he'll neutralize the big guys, and Kapanen won't. I mean, he's more physical than Cappy, but, Cappy's not a wallflower out there either. So he can hold his own physically, I do believe. All right, gentlemen. It must be it's almost midnight, Blain.
It is.
Time your shift. It's your shift now to baby the puppy there for a while.
Actually, I got to. It's my night to sleep downstairs with him.
Okay, well,
good job.
I'll give him a nice big kiss on the forehead for me, and wish him pleasant dreams. Okay,
I will do.
And don't give him any gummies or anything. Doesn't sound like he needs them.
No, I'm going to keep those for me.
All right, my friend. Okay, thanks, Blain. And next time we're talking, hopefully we're all a little more cheerful.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to eat all the gummies.
Sounds good, my friend.
Right.
Bye.
See you guys later.
Bye, Blain.
All right, Ricky. Same deal. It's 10:53. You got an early. You got to get at it early again, right? Yes, do you want to look at the stats for a couple of minutes and then?
Let's do that. Let's do that, my friend.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. -1, -1, -1, -1, -1. Okay. Nobody plus. That kind of stands out. The Habs were 63% on the faceoffs after 2 periods. Ended the game 63% on the faceoffs. Mind you, it
Still
didn't.
good.
So they were 62.5% in the regular season in the faceoffs against Buffalo. Basically the exact same again the first game tonight. They didn't take advantage of it though. Here's hoping that in the future here they can perhaps maybe if they put a line or two together other than the top line that has some offensive chemistry,
Yeah.
having possession of the puck off the faceoff might result in a little more offense.
That's really what's lacking because the shots just no 28 shots is good. It's a good sign, but there just wasn't enough sustained pressures or dangerous shots. It was too easy for Alex Lyons to make saves tonight.
3 guys took all but, let me see here, 3, 4, 5, 6, all but 6 of the 7 of the faceoffs. So 3 guys took all but 7 of the faceoffs. Evans 13, Deneau 13, Newhook 18. So kind of interesting that they're certainly not. Kirby only took 1 faceoff tonight. That's the second or third game now where he's. I guess they're they're only putting him out on the fly basically.
That seems it.
After a whistle, his line's not going out, right? And because of that, he had 9:24 in ice time. You got to look at him. I don't know what his points per 60 so far are in the playoffs, but I bet you he's not leading the Habs. He's damn close to leading the Habs in points per 60. I'm gonna calculate that up, and for the next show, maybe I'll put together a list of points per 60 for the players here, and I have a feeling it will only add fuel to my contention that Doc. Let's put Doc with Demidov and see what they can do together. Demi played 18-19 tonight. Not 1 second with Doc. 18-19, and what did Evans play? 15. And Newhook 16. So I'd like to see that Doc total up around 13-14 and try him with Demidov. I know I sound like a broken record here now, but Bolduc 5 hits, Veleno 5 hits. Okay, well Bolduc has, I'll give him that. He's remained physical throughout these playoffs, and that's why I'd probably keep him in if you had to take somebody out. It's kind of cool, I suppose, that even after a bad loss like that, it's not easy to take somebody out of the lineup.
No.
And so but I would definitely consider that. The hits 31, a lot less physicality to the start of this series than what we saw in the Tampa series, right, Rick?
Oh, yeah, only 6 penalty minutes for the Habs, and I think there was only 4 for Buffalo or something.
Yeah.
So, it's usually like that. First round is a little bit crazy. Everybody's trying to jockey for position, and they're pumped up. Usually by the second round, the craziness ends pretty hard because now teams are getting there, and now it's becoming really important not to mess up. And it was not at all. It was a physical game, body checking, but there was barely any scrums or anything at all, if I can't remember any of that.
No, none of that. Certainly not like the Tampa series, right?
No.
Sports Dom saying Tampa took a lot out of Montreal. The Canadians look emotionally worn out. I don't think they're able to hang with Buffalo for very long. Well, hey, Buffalo had a week off here. Montreal didn't, right? Like, I think they'll come back. They need that extra. Give them another day's rest here. I think they'll come back, and you'll see more energy out of them. Hey, look, they outshot Buffalo. And other than those two kind of lucky bounces in the first period, the game basically was even, right? As far as like goals go. So what did they end up with? 28 shots on goal. I mean, Tampa, they beat Tampa with 9, right? So, I don't know. I think they're going to have to score goals. They're not going to win games 1-0, 2-1 against Buffalo. I don't believe it's going to require offense, and I hope Marty doesn't try to put 3 lines with 2 defensive guys on each of them outside of the top line like he did tonight.
Right on. Francois, by the way, is giving us some nice stats that you wanted to look at. Grad Francois Bedard took care of it for us.
I see that. Bolduc, number 1, 364. Oh, wow, look at there. Yeah. And you want him out of the lineup. Jeez, Rick. No, I'm just kidding. Galley, 317. Yeah, well, that's too small a sample size. Sorry. I wouldn't include him. I should have said a minimum of 20 minutes played or something, Doc. So Doc basically second and Texier third, and that stems from them, the good games they had together playing as a line, right? So no surprise there, but that's why I even I wouldn't be averse to trying. If they don't bring Captain back in, mind you, I think they should. Bolduc, Doc, and Demidov even. I'd even give that a whirl, as a trio. Bolduc's been hitting. He's been getting in on the forecheck. He could help, but anyway.
Look, we all agree it's got to be Doc and Demidov together, and who you're going to put with that line. I mean, there's advantages and disadvantages to most of them, and it's not a perfect guy to play with them maybe in the lineup right now if you're not putting in Kapanen. But start with putting Doc and Demidov together, and then find the guy during the game that's going to play with them. Start with Bolduc, see how that goes. If that doesn't work out, maybe you try Newhook on that line. Maybe you try even Texier on that line. Just get Doc and Demidov together to start if you're not going to play Kapanen, and then work from there.
Yeah, and here's the other possibility, and I don't know why it never even crossed my mind, but I have an idea, and I would like your take on it. Bring Laine in. Either put him with Demidov and Doc, Cappy, or Laine with Susie and Caulfield, and put Slass with Demi and Cappy. Yeah. I would have preferred him in the lineup against Buffalo to Veleno. If it came down to one or the other, I would try him a game. But Buffalo's a fast team, and Laine, hasn't played in months. He's one of the slower players in the league. It might be scary out there. We thought it was bad for Galley. I don't know. It might be be scary with Laine out there not having played for 6 months, Rick.
No, I agree. The pace would be too worrisome. I'd want to see Laine play preseason games, even or beginning of the season. But I don't know. When he did play with Montreal, and maybe it was the injuries, but he just looked like he was. I would say 1 step behind. I'd say 4. It was too hard for him, and I wish him well. I hope whatever is going to work out for him, but he didn't look like he was quick enough for the NHL at this moment.
No, for sure. All right, Rick. Thanks as always, and here's hoping they bounce back with a more solid effort next game.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll let you go, my friend, and
thank you.
Thank you as always, and we will see you again shortly. I imagine in a couple. Oh no, you're not going to be around Friday night, right?
No, I'm not home on Friday, but after that, maybe
Okay.
I'll be on chat there with my phone to say hi to everybody. But I won't
Okay.
be able to make it on, and the next game after that, those should be just fine.
Sounds good. Okay.
All right. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Okay, thanks, Rick.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Rick Springhetti, folks, the one and only. Thanks as always for coming on. Next Level Hockey, folks. Specialists in hockey development, trusted by NHL prospects. Whether you're looking to elevate your shooting, skating, stick handling, or overall game, NLH is here to take your game to the next level. Visit them at Next Level Hockey and follow their Instagram, which you see below here, at Next Level Hockey _ for daily tips, posts, and updates. If you or someone you know have young, aspiring hockey players who want to elevate their game, trust Next Level Hockey to guide them forward. Next Level Hockey. It's in the name. And Bonnechere Caves, Eganville, Ontario. Not this weekend. What is it? The 6th, 8th, May 18th or May 16th weekend. Well, a couple of weekends away, folks. It's open. The May 24th weekend, of course, is a week early this year. And Bonnechere Caves will be open. Go. You want a beautiful place to go. It's Eganville, Ontario, in the heart of the Ottawa Valley, along the beautiful Bonnechere River. Bonnechere Caves, they are like my favorite tourist attraction in the Ottawa Valley. Eganville, Ontario, a private family-owned business run by hockey fans. Go check it out this summer, folks. You will not regret it. All right, those are my my fine sponsors. I'll get their I'll get this up to in the corners. So let's get back to the fine folks here, and just you and me, folks. Let's get to a bunch of yeah. Nope, Montreal in 5. Yeah. I'm Newfie. Think Buffalo wins it in 4? Oh, come on, folks. Let's not overreact. You really think they're going to go to Montreal and win 2 games? Come on. It's going to be nuts in Montreal. And Mark says, nope, Montreal in 5. Yeah, well, that was my prediction, so I'm sticking with it. Like Knuckles said on the podcast there not long ago, I jumped out of the plane. I can't get back in now. Yeah. The saber sword is blunt, so there's no way they can beat us. There you go. Carrier was starting to get crunched again this evening. They were playing him hard. Yeah. Rick, Struble and Arbor as a third pair. Carrier out. Goulet, Matheson. Goulet, Hudson, Matheson, Dobson. Geez, I'd like that. That'd be a nice. That'd be nice 6 for me. Absolutely. Overconfidence and false bravado will kill team momentum. Keep your head like the Dormouse said. Well said. The second goal on the bullshit penalty set the tone. Yeah, well, God forbid they sit Carrier. Luckily, he and Montembeault aren't signed next year. No? Next year. When is their contracts up? Okay, so he's got 1 more year here. Yeah. Montembeault, well, I don't know. Do something with him. Put him on waivers next year. Give Fowler a start. Dovish needs to rest. Yeah. Probably not going to happen. Dobie will bounce back. Dovish has never started 8 games in a row in the NHL. I think he'll come back strong next game. In his 9th straight start? Yep. Hey, I hope so. I do. Can we maybe shoot the puck on the power play? Oh, boy. The Shotless Wonders. That's my nickname for them. They ended up shooting at the end of the power play, but nobody was in front of the net. Yeah, at the end of it. Drives me crazy. Regardless of the outcome of the series, Habs have exceeded expectations, so keep the faith as the future is bright. Oh, yeah. But, you know, we don't think about that till it's over, and then you've got a couple days to vent, and then you, you know, then you see these silver linings, right? But right now, middle of the series, I'm not going to, oh, well, it's going to be good someday. No, I want it to be good now. It's May, and we are still breathing hockey. Woo. Woo. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Arbor to the point on the power play. Channel Suri with a shot no one wants to get in front of. Old-fashioned Hanson Brothers, Paul Newman, Philly bully hockey? Never happened. No, probably not with Marty. Habs completely outplayed Buffalo in the 3rd. I thought they outplayed them, Richard. There is a positive there. Still many games to go. Well, for some, that was like 3 losses, right? Oh, Habs are done. And, you know, a lot of fans do have the tendency to overblow one loss. And at the end of the day, it's one loss. So, Deuce is on board. Yeah, they need the qualified doc now without question. Charles, I was young when Habs won cups in the late 60s and 70s, so hoping I can see again as I'm an old boy now. And by the way, Charles, thanks for the $5 poundage. Good health and go Habs go. Yeah, I respect your takes as well, Charles. All good. Habs just need to make some adjustments. I have full confidence in Marty. Yeah, well, I think they overthought it, and I hope to go back to basics here. They beat Buffalo twice with Kapanen playing with Demidov, and Cappy scored 2 goals. They were good. They played well against Buffalo. I think Cappy's more suited to play against Buffalo, as was pointed out quite ably by my co-host tonight. And so get him in there. Get Cappy back in the lineup. He's had time to rejuvenate here, get rested. I think Cappy comes back ready to roll and help the Habs here beat Buffalo. Tony Tadaro. Okay. Buffalo in 5. You guys are fools. Let's go Buffalo. Okay, thanks, Tony. You get into the playoffs after 14 years, and this is how you behave? Yeah. Hey, man, Tony, if they beat the Habs, I'm cheering for Buffalo, man. Great story this year. I'm happy for you. If Montreal gets beat, I'm going now with Edmonton out. I'm all in for Buffalo, man. So be nice. We like you guys, okay? No need to chirp here. Tired between the ears more than anything. They were young and should recover fast. Yeah. My lines for next game would be Cole, Susie, Slav, Cappy, Doc, Demi. Agreed. New Hook, Evans, Bolduc. Yep. Andy Deneau Texier. I don't mind. See, those lines I don't mind. People are saying, oh, no, they don't have any, they can't, they just don't have the offense. Well, Montreal was one of the top offensive teams in the East this year. They've got the offense. They just got to freaking, they got to play the right lines, put the right lines together. Keep smiling there, smiling Rick. Not sure why you're here to mock the Habs. We have praised Buffalo as a team and their fan base. Recognize how good they are, believe me. Yep. Okay, Rick. Good night, my friend. Why not putting back the good old line? Slavkos, Susie Caulfield, Newhook, Cappy, Demidov, Bolduc, Doc, Texier, Anderson, Deneau, Evans. Well, that would be... Even that is way better than what we saw tonight. Yeah. I mean, everybody's familiar with each other there, right? I don't know, I think Marty got caught up in this blender thing and maybe got too many plaudits and say, oh, look, he's a genius for all of the, for mixing up the lines so much. Well, I think he just got caught up too much in that and said, well, I'm going to mix up the lines even more and put together guys that never played together before to start a series. And I just, I just think it was a mistake. And hey, Marty has learned from his mistakes all year long. That included, going too long with Monty as a starter. Lots of things. He's adapted. Took the team to a fifth straight improvement in point totals. Taking the team to a second round minimum. I mean, if you listen to Tony, that's it. They got 4 more games left if they're lucky. We'll see, Tony. It's all good. None of us are on Sabres. Okay. I'm not taking it too seriously what Tony's saying here. This is only one game. Anything can happen in the playoffs. Yeah. See, Tony's... see, you be nice to Tony. Tony's nice back. Well, thanks for coming out and poking a little fun at us there, Tony. Maybe, maybe you come back after the next game and, hopefully you're conciliatory after a Habs win, but we'll see. Any reason why teams don't use 2 D-men for at least 1 power play unit nowadays? Having 1 passer and 1 point man for big shots at the blue line would offer something different at times. Yeah, I know. I don't quite get it. It is a copycat league. Montreal Mufk. And every team seems to, it's got to be 4 forwards now, so we couldn't possibly. But there are teams, there's the odd exception. But, Montreal's a team with 3 defensemen who have scored 60 points in this league. I don't understand, especially during the year when they had like Gallagher on the point and, Texier, and this guy and that guy, instead of putting out a guy that used to run Montreal's power play and has scored 60 points and is one of the top scorers on the team in Matheson on the second unit with Dobson. Not sure why they never did it. It seems like there's it's a copycat league, and sometimes, no, other teams don't do it, so we couldn't. Just like the slingshot. Well, everyone else is doing it, so we got to do it, right? I don't know. We haven't had anything from the Sabres in a long time. The city will burn if we keep winning. Look, I've been saying, Tony, not just the Sabres, man. Like, the Bills. I'm a Bills fan, buddy. So I feel your pain. It's not just the Sabres. It's just your city in general. You've never won a major. Have you ever won a major sports championship? Not that, not those two teams anyways. And if you end up beating the Habs, I'll be cheering for you, man. I'll be cheering for Buffalo. I love Noah Ostlund. I had him ranked second in his draft year. I think he's going to be a hell of a player for you. Zach Benson, love the kid. I think he's just all heart and soul. Tage Thompson, you name it. There's a lot of guys to really like on that team. So, hey, all the best. I'm glad you came out for a little bit of fun chirping there. You deserve it after after tonight. Congratulations, you're up 1-0. Habs got to try to. Ideally, you come out with a split. So they didn't win the first. Here's hoping for us Habs fans that they come back strong in the next one and have a split before they go back to Montreal. I'm with Grant. We'll cheer for the Sabres if they win. Yeah, for sure, man. I've got no animosity towards the Sabres. It's not like the Bruins or the Leafs, man. I mean, I'm like Liam. When the Sabres beat the Habs in 74-75, I was huge cheering for them big time against Philly. I wanted to, who didn't enjoy of my era? Who didn't enjoy the French Connection? Gilbert Perreault and Rick Martin and René Robert. They were a hell of a line and a lot of fun to watch. Danny Gare, Craig Ramsey, Don Luce, Jim Schoenfeld. I rooted for those guys against Philly that year and really hoped they'd win. Came close, but love the podcast, Grant and company. Love your comments. Very okay, man. Very zero, very old. Looks like Tony has left. I wanted to ask him. Oh no, he's still here. What he thought the Sabres would offer Tuck in the offseason. Yeah. Well, it's going to have to be a good offer. That's for sure. Good question. Tony, you're still here. If you want to answer that, be my guest. My friend Paul Antoniadis is off to Amsterdam. He picked a fine time to. Maybe he knew something we didn't. Maybe the Habs are going to get swept. Oh no. I do not think so. Now let's. I wanted to get those guys' comments on this, but I guess I'll touch on it right now because we ran out of time. But Vasilevsky, let me know what you guys thought of his press conference there. I quite enjoyed it actually. This guy's got some character. They were talking about the hockey gods, asking him about hockey gods. And he said, and I look, he says, I hear, just a sec here, get this off here. I hear talking about hockey gods and how we deserved a better result because the ice was tilted. I don't buy that. That's been our excuses for the last 3 years now. You don't win with excuses. You win by doing the job. I won't accept that we deserve to win when we are the ones going home. Good comment from him. And then he said, I feel like that's been our excuse for the last 3 years. The hockey gods, bad bounces. Yeah, bad bounces for sure. But at the end of the day, it's like a broken record. we have to man up here. Our big players should be our best players on the ice. Nice to see somebody taking a shot at Kucherov, right? Me, I have to make saves. Defense has to block shots. Offense, they should score goals. Love it. We all have to do our jobs. When one part of the team does the job good enough to win and the others don't, that's how you end your season. Hello, Nikita Kucherov. 007. 7 game sevens he's played in, 0 goals, 0 assists. Kucherov, on what went wrong in the series, I don't think they did anything special, to be honest. Yeah, he can never praise Montreal. I think it's just on us not being able to create more chances 5-on-5 and be better on the power play. But you give them credit. They're a good team. They defended well. But at the same time, we got to be a lot better. Yeah. Well, we being you, Nikita. Did he have 5 beers in his hand when he said that? No, eh? He wasn't shirtless? Anyway. Those were interesting comments from Vasilevsky. And I like it. I like him calling out. I like him calling them out, man. Paul Cake. We can't win them all. Guys, not worried at all. One game, we'll figure it out. Growth hormone, growth. Yes, absolutely. King Kong Korab. Jerry Korab, King Kong. Yippers. He was a tough cookie back there. We are keeping Tuck, says Tony. I'm guessing Tuck's going to get 11 mil. Hey, the salary cap's going up quite a bit. He'll get something in that range. At what amount do fans there think? Oh, well, it's got to be probably 10. Classy Vasi, apparently he is Dobie's hero. Man up. Yeah, yeah. I like how Vasilevsky said that, man. Vasi was honest, called out the team in a classy way. Yeah, I didn't mind that at all. I was looking at Matheson's stats when he was on the power play to understand why he wasn't playing anymore. He had a lot of points, but power play was terrible. I think the reason he was playing a full 2 minutes. Yeah. Well, no, he wasn't great on the power play, but him on the point or Newhook or Gallagher, like you say the power play was terrible. Well, nothing could be more terrible than that second power play was this year. And I mean, the lesser of two evils would have been Matheson instead of Gallagher on the point. I mean, come on. Can't shoot, can't pass. Just didn't make any sense. How about bringing line A only for the power play? Could that be a possibility for you? Well, I know what you're saying there. Movies to share. He was shooting more. Other players had less points. Yeah. Francois is Francophone and Mark with a C is Francophone? Wow. I would have never guessed it, guys. I'm American. Yeah, we kind of figured that. That's okay. Nobody's perfect. Oh, we got another Buffalonian in here. Sabres in 5. Go Buffalo. Well, at least you guys are still each giving the Habs a game. I'll give you that. Thanks for thinking that the Habs might win a game here. I guess there's that small consolation here. And Habs for life chimes in with a lol. Lollygagging here. All right. I'm caught up. What other subjects did we have to bring up here? I had, oh, yeah. Just see if I can get this. I don't.
Probably escape you after that one. Maybe you can try your best.
Not very loud, eh?
Work harder. Okay, Sean. Big moment for you. A goal tonight. Hostile environment. What can you say about the way your goaltender played in that one?
Can't hear it. Okay, that's too bad.
Questions?
Don't care. Play harder. Whatever it was they just said over and over again. This was the Barry Colts. After they won, no one cares. Play harder. That was their answer. This is the captain, Kashawn Aitchison, who the Islanders drafted, of course, with one of the picks from Montreal for Dobson.
Really good.
And his coach, Dylan Somskowicz, who was, I don't know what the, thought process was on this. I heard that they were miffed that they didn't invite more guys to the press conference, so they decided to be assholes with the press. I mean,
That'll conclude.
wasn't the press's idea to not invite more people? They'd have freaking, I mean, I'm a journalist for 40 years, right? And I've been in those scrums, and I mean, you want to be home. You don't want to be sitting around there. So you stand around, you wait for them to come out. They come out 15, 20 minutes later, and then they give you that bullshit. Like, come on. We got a job to do too. You got to think of other people, right? Put the shoes on the other people, put shoe on the other foot here. Like, those journalists don't want to. Do you think they want to be there? No. And then so they waste their time, or they wait 20 minutes for you guys, and then pull that crap with, it was very unprofessional. I'm glad they got fined 15 grand, and let it be a lesson not to be jerks, right? Anyway, it was just to take it out on the journalists who had no say in how many people get interviewed or come out for the interview. It was very unprofessional, and he's a fairly young coach in the OHL. He's having some success here, but little juvenile stunt like that's not gonna, NHL teams aren't going to come calling too fast for him, mind you. Maybe who knows? Maybe Vancouver will want to hire him on the spot, right? It's like every GM that's been punished by the NHL is Bowman's back. They just hired Cheka. Dorian was apparently the front runner in Vancouver up until the fans freaking lashed back here tonight. Said, "Oh," in the last day, it said, "No, we don't want Dorian in here." And well, maybe we won't hire him. Well, gee, maybe you shouldn't, eh? Too many morons in this league, boy. Work harder, pay $25 fine, $25,000 fine. Yeah, I read 15,000, but were there two fines? But anyways, I just not impressed by that. I don't know what they were trying to prove. Take it out on the friggin' they just end up looking like fools. So our fifth line started the night off. Yeah. How about that idiot in the Habs in 4 jersey? $200 wasted. Yeah, okay. $200? Yeah. $200 Canadian, Tony. You got to remember, most of us are Canadian here. If you know, you do the exchange, it's like 100, I don't know, 150? Something like that. Anyway, listen, folks, press that like button, please. All you new guys, Tony, even if you're never back here again, hit subscribe. What the hell? Do me a favor. Click subscribe. You know, I won't get your personal info. I won't get your credit card info. If you press subscribe, just hit it. Anyone else here? Close the chat for a sec. See that button says subscribe. Click and the like button. It would be appreciated. For sure. All right. We've got a pretty good gang out here still, 80 plus. I did all those. I think I hit on all the. I had a bunch of stuff to talk about earlier tonight. And I think between the two, we got caught up in everything, including the Springfield offside, Steve Simmons crucifying Chayka in the press conference. I mean, it was entertaining, but man, oh man, that was another sign of people being unprofessional. Like, Steve, what are you doing there? I know you want to be the show there. You want to make headlines. You're looking for attention, but with Chayka's wife and kid there at the press conference, and you quote people saying he's a con artist and this and that and a sham. It was very unprofessional and quite disappointed in a fellow that's what, late 60s, like been around the block forever and acting that immature. Just he's 69 years old. I don't know. That was disappointing. And of course, there's people saying, "Oh, he's the only one that had balls." Well, there's balls, and then there's unprofessionalism, and what Steve Simmons. I don't call out fellow media guys too often, but that was uncalled for. Irv Weinstein and Tom Joles on WKBW. Love the city of Buffalo. There you go. See? We can all get along here, right? Any Habs prospects still playing? Papanicus waiting for Memorial Cup. Hey, there's not much left, my friend. That's why teams are down. Like, there's 2 teams left in each. There's only 6 college. College is done. There's only 6 CHL teams left. Yeah, it's European leagues are done, basically. The only guy still going is Volokin. Maybe a couple other guys in Russia. That's about it, I would say, right now. Laval, by the way, big win for Laval last night. Huge. I'll see if I can, for those of you that missed the pregame, I'll find the clip here. I got a shot of where I think Reinbacher got hurt last night. This was at the end of the first period.
Shaken.
We'll get this up here on full. Here he is going into the corner to get there.
As it comes down and up over the glass.
Pretty sure that was it.
He gets himself back there.
Came out one more shift. You can see how he's laboring. Very slow. There he is on the top, at the top, and he goes off after like, I don't know, 10 seconds. Came out for the start of the second period, and there you see him again. Just, you can see that he's in pain, and he heads off. So, yeah, he, I think it's like, I don't know, maybe Charlie horse, maybe a pelvic injury, something along those lines. It was suggested by Rick that it might be groin, but I don't think you hurt the groin going into the boards necessarily. But we'll see. Volokin 13 straight shutouts. Yeah, well, he ended up losing a couple, actually, believe it or not. He let in like 3 or 4 goals the other night. Just lost it. Absolutely lost it. Let me just check here, and I'll let you know what he did in his last. He's playing for Kimmich in the VHL, which is basically the Russian version of the AHL. This is taking a while to load. Pizzetta with another cheap shot. Yeah, Pizzetta with the cheap shot on the guy that beat him up for giving a cheap shot to Del Gaizo. Yeah, he figured, oh, I'll get him back. I can't beat him up. I can't beat up Jack Eyes, so I'll get him with a cheap shot too. Yeah, I've lost a lot of respect for Mr. Pizzetta with his play this year. He let in 2 goals the other night, so he's starting to slip. So he is. But they won. Kimmich won 3-2. They're up 3-1. Fourth leg. Let me just have a look here. I think fourth leg might be the final, eh? No, it's the semis. Okay. So they are up. And they're playing the top-ranked team, Metallurg. So they're up 3-1 in the series. And number 2 ranked Ugra. Funny, he used to play for Ugra. They are up 3-1 in the other semis. So, but let's see here. Yeah, he led into Kimmich. Which one's Kimmich? Jeez. Okay, that's Metallurg. 2 shutouts, then lost 2-0, and then won 3-2. So he's let in 2 goals each of his last 2 games. Shutouts in the first 2. So 4 goals against in 4 games. Not too shabby, is it? Not too bad at all. How many games do you think it's going to go in this series? I don't know. 6 games. Don't know why Leafs allowed this to happen. They should have escorted him out of that room, banned for life. Yeah, I know. I, for one, love the Leafs pick for GM. A little bit of Cheka, eh? And then, yeah, backed up by longtime NHL executive Matt Sundin. Not sure what they're doing in Toronto, but consolation, I guess, is that they got the top friggin' pick, didn't they? I know they would never do it right now, but could Montreal not send Monty down if it would even help? Yeah. No, they can't do it right now. Maybe next year they can. They're going to try. They're going to have to do something. But nope, they can't send him down. Hey, look. Kakkonen got a shutout last game, so he's got to play better defensively. Engstrom made a big difference. He looks too good for the AHL right now. If he doesn't find a spot in Montreal's lineup next year, he's got to be their prime trade chip for the club in the offseason. Buffalo in 5. Well, we'll see. It's hard to say. Got to win the next one, Tony. If you lose the next one, it won't be Buffalo in 5. I can guarantee you that. Won't be easy. Montreal's going to be a madhouse, Won't be easy in Montreal either. Can't see them winning 2. Can't see them winning 2 in Montreal. They may not win any in Montreal. And if that's the case, then series is going at least 6. So a little early. I predicted Habs win, but Buffalo will be tough. No doubt. All right, folks. I think we better call it a night here. I'm going to go watch a bit of hockey. Yeah, well, and Montreal is definitely going to win one in Buffalo. Okay, well, that's it for tonight, folks. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Thank you, Tony, for joining us for giving us the Buffalo perspective there. Don't eat too many wings, my friend. Everybody, safe night, pleasant dreams. Habs bounce back next game, okay? All right. Have a great night. It was a great night to talk hockey, and here's hoping that the Habs bounce back with a better effort next game. All right. Thank you, and good night.